Friends, how are you doing? Let's talk about two stocks in particular right now that are having still a lot of attention in the market. Thank you for clicking on this video and listening to me yap. And yes, those are Polar Funko Pop things in the back. It had a pretty good year in 2024, so I treated myself, if you can tell. All right, let's go right into this. So, let's start with Oracle. Oracle here, Oracle's still this company that is still making billions and billions and billions of dollars per quarterly. Essentially, the last quarterly just shy of 15 billion, and it wasn't their biggest by any means. It kind of missed a little bit just by a trinkle, but Oracle's in this position right now where it's either about to skyrocket when we get a market coming back, and obviously we're all in the same boat here where the market is just, we're waiting on the market now. The market's taken a tumble down, had a lot of sell-off, and now we find ourselves in this place of just where do we make new entry points, opportunity points for us as our own individual investors in our portfolios. So, Oracle, just 2 months ago, it was when Trump came out and said, hey, we're going to put $500 billion into strategic open AI deal. In Oracle, the CEO, the guy right there in the middle of this picture right here with Trump, was right there. So Oracle is going to be right in the middle of that. So Oracle CEO, they are in cahoots. They are in the White House. They are rubbing shoulders. They're signing papers. They know the ins and outs, deals, what's going on, and they're going to be receiving paychecks. Okay, so this left a lot of us to go like, okay, Oracle's already been doing well, and now we've got this. So this is going to be just more money in Oracle's future here that could really drive up the price to even bigger numbers here. So before we had this fall here with the market in general, really before the fall of man here, Oracle was right around almost 190, and now you can get Oracle for about what is it, 155, 150 on a bad day here. So it's a weird situation because we look at Oracle right now. It's amazing company. Cash on hand, almost $12 billion in cash, and then they're raking in crazy amounts of money. Next year should really be just continuing to improvement. A lot of that deal, what Trump was talking about, this $500 billion strategic AI deal, a lot of that, and Oracle being in that situation right now with who Oracle is, it's going into cancer research, finding pre-cancer cells in people, and AI being the driving factor in that to help them find it. Listen, I'm not a scientist. I'm just a moron with a YouTube channel here. Okay, I see what they're going. You're gonna do that? Okay, I'll put money here. I believe in what you're doing. I'll invest in that. So that's what we're talking about here. So with that, Oracle sets to really take more profit from this deal that we're probably going to hear about more here coming up here. I would imagine sometime this year, this is going to come back up again here, and it's probably going to catch people off guard because the focus of it will be on Oracle. And two, Oracle has, guess what's coming up here? Quarterlies. Oracle has March 10th, Monday, has quarterlies. So this is going to be real interesting to see if Oracle hits, and are they going to hit this $15 billion mark? What they could. So it's going to be interesting to see how they round out 2024 here. It's going to be really interesting. So the main question I think everyone's saying is like, man, $150 a share. Like, is there any meat left on the bone there? Listen. I think one thing fundamentally, if you haven't invested in Oracle yet, Monday is going to be a real big telltale sign of where Oracle may be headed the rest of this short term this year. Let's say that. I am curious to see where Oracle is going to end out 2024 with this quarterly. Where did they end? Did they get more, lose more, meet in the middle? What happened here towards the end of the year with Oracle? We're not expecting anything terrible, but it's going to be interesting because Oracle had a very up and down 2024, but still made a lot of money, but still a very up and down year. So with that too, really the stock price did better than Oracle's earnings. I mean, the stock price of Oracle just kept accumulating up, just nonstop. All of 2023, 2024. I mean, drastic run-up years for this stock. I mean, this is why people have compared Palantir and Oracle similarities in the growth. Very similar, very similar. So Oracle here still stands, a chance of, they could come out with great quarterlies here Monday. It could, just reinforce the stock price of where it's at right now to where it's sold off to. And if this market, when this market starts to bottom out, find a new position, and starts building back here, Oracle will more than likely start to build into where it lost its high position here at like 180, but build back up into, high 150s, 160s here sooner than later, hopefully. But I think fundamentally the thing to know, what brings me comfort with Oracle is that I know Oracle is in the pockets. It's on the love seat with the Trump campaign. Okay, they're all in cahoots. They're all working together. And that's great for business for you as an investor with Oracle. Okay, because they're working the deals with Trump. It's obviously it's an open relationship. We can all see what's going on. So that brings me comfort to know that Oracle's not so much like, hey, we're looking for business. They found business. Business found them. So like I said, I think this deal is going to come back up. I think Oracle is going to continue to be a bigger company. Absolutely. So you're talking long term. Yeah, Oracle is definitely somewhere where you want to look at as a long-term investment. This is something that, personally, and friends, this is how I start. When I was like, man, I really wish I could afford Tesla. Man, I really wish I could afford Amazon. I really wish I could afford, like an Apple share. And so what I started to do personally, and I still do this with things, like I'll just go, okay, fractional shares. I'll put $5, $10, $20, $50, $100 here or there. Maybe you can just do $5 a week. That's okay. Listen, it doesn't matter. Just be a part of it. That's the thing that makes you feel good. If Oracle's something you want to be a part of, then if you got $5 a week, put $5 a week. I mean, that you're still in the game with that, and you're still in a company that's going to continue to grow. I can't see Oracle, from what the evidence that we have been presented here all of the last 2 years and now, and probably what's going to come here Monday, is that Oracle is going to start trailing off down into like major sell-off here and doing terrible with earnings. I would dare to say they're going into some new avenues of earnings here, probably here this year, and they know that. I'm pretty sure. I think they know that because of what's come out here. So, friends, not everyone can just walk in here and buy 10 shares of Oracle, obviously. But if it's something you're wanting to get into and build into, 5, 10, 20. That's why fractional shares are so important. I mean, they will add up over time, I promise you. All right, now that I've yapped about Oracle, let's talk about Palantir. Palantir, what can we say here? I talked about Palantir a little bit yesterday, and obviously I talked about this wall that has been formed here at $80. There's obviously a lot of money, a lot of contracts, a lot of bets here, a huge hold here. I mean, we're talking Mordor hold here, right at $80 here, because Palantir is not wanting to let go of this $80 position. Through all of the sell-off in the market, through all of the onslaught here of the war that's been going on with this market, Palantir has not let go of this $80 position. Now, can it hold that? I don't know. It may solve this week. God only knows what's going to happen this week in the market. I mean, the big fears right now in the market, the tariffs, obviously, but there is like the W3 stuff is getting thicker and thicker. And one thing the stock market does not like, there's a word it does not like, and that word is war. It does not like that word whatsoever. So, that is going to that's going to put trembles in everyone's market, and we're starting to see that too. So with Palantir here, the next earnings, estimating, around May here, the beginning of May, and those earnings right there are going to be for Q1 of this year. Now, those are, every earnings is very important for Palantir, obviously, but this one's going to be really interesting because this one could present a few things that are going to be very telling of how 2025 is going to go. A of all, are they going to hit $1 billion quarterly for the first time? Probably, maybe. They may just come short. Who knows? I have no doubt that they're not pushing for it. Their last quarterly was the biggest they'd ever had. It blew expectations away. And here's the thing for Palantir. Why am I paying $80 a share for Palantir? You're paying $80 a share for Palantir because the accumulation that keeps going into these earnings, where they keep compounding on top of, like, they went from 5%, 10%, 15, 25, 30, on top of each earnings, where they're just being. So for Palantir to continue holding these strong numbers and continue to go back up when we get the market back here, and for it to, walk back up, which it will, undoubtedly, Palantir, the one thing Palantir needs to do is to at least keep beating earnings here by 25 to 35% minimum. 30 would be at least, what they beat on the last one. Now, can they do that? Of course they can do it. They're finding business like crazy. Business is finding them. They're growing. And the thing is, right now, when it comes to, like, the talk of AI, Palantir is still in such a youthful stage of, like, it's not even making $1 billion a quarterly yet. That's the crazy part. There's so many AI companies right now that are making more than $1 billion a quarterly that aren't even as much as Palantir is as a stock share price. Okay, but it's the growth that is being built into Palantir. Not mentioning it's just hype and FOMO 100% in Palantir, and just because Alex Karp gives an interview every 5 days talking about how amazing Palantir is and saying crazy stuff, so that helps too. Just pour juice in it. But yeah, I don't think the hype here with Palantir is gone whatsoever. I think we're undoubtedly in a low in the market. There's been a huge reset in the market, and honestly, I think what people are gonna look back on at this moment with the market. There's gonna be people going, I'm glad that happened. I'm glad that the market sold off for that moment when it did, because it allowed me to buy into this position. It allowed me to put money over here. It allowed me to see how secure this position was right here, Palantir, how it held. So, what I want to finish up too, what I said with that, things that Palantir needs to do with each earnings. Obviously it needs to grow each earnings on top of what the last one did when it comes to, beating expectations, 25, 30, 35%. But two, it also needs to find a place where it captures the trust of more big investment firms. And that's one thing you're not seeing with a lot of big investment firms. There's a lot of people that are still bearish about Palantir, that this is all just a little moment in time that's not going to last, and that this is going to burn people really bad here because they're going to run out of deals, they're going to run out of money, they're going to all that kind of stuff. And there's been AI stocks like that. We've seen AI stocks have huge run up like this, and then it just stops. But Palantir, we're not seeing any clues that we're headed in that direction. Now, if we do, yeah, of course, we're going to see mass chaos. We're going to see mass sell-off, okay? I will be one of the first ones in here saying, like, hey, this may be time to take some major profit because, with this pullback, I mean, like, let's say in May that Palantir comes out with that Q1 and it just meets expectations. Well, that would probably be more devastating. That would probably be more devastating for the stock at that point, because then people would be like, what? You know, because we haven't had that lately with Palantir, especially if it did that before it even hit $1 billion quarterly. Now, many people, yeah, obviously, we don't think that's it. Even Dan Ives has said, like, hey, I believe Palantir is going into $1 trillion market cap here sooner than people think, because of the deals that they're finding. They're getting just insane amount of business right now. So like I said, Palantir is still in this very youthful stage of, like, it's not even making $1 billion earnings yet. So that right there is very much like, it's not that big of a deal, you know. Like, there's still so much more to go with Palantir to where it could actually, like, you know, just, it has so much more room. That's the thing. It has so much more room to really grow into some bigger numbers. Imagine this time next year, we're talking about Palantir hitting like $2.5 billion a quarterly. I mean, that would be huge right there. And, you know, God knows where we'll be in the stock price, the share price at that point then. So, friends, listen, I just want to, like I said yesterday, I just want to say that, you know, I'm buying. I think every investor needs to do what they want to do. Obviously, if you're not buying, I totally get it. I'm not going to come on here and make fun of people or something like that. For God's sakes, do what you want to do. But, you know, to me, being in the market as long as I have, and people that have been in the market for a while, you know, this isn't our first rodeo with a market sell-off, you know, with a pullback in the market. One thing I can tell you, though, is that when it starts to come back, when the life support is taken off and we're back up and running here, people are going to be like, oh my God. Well, no, and then they're going to get tricked, because they're going to be like, well, it's just going to fall again. It's just going to fall. And then it's going to go fourth gear. And then, you know, and people are like, crap. So when is that coming? I don't know. The world is in chaos right now, so we're going to see here. I'm excited. Friends, take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.